Welcome, one and all, to the show. You're driving.
Hello. Hello.
Get it out. Get that phlegm out.
Yeah, get it. Hawk to it.
You eat too much cheese, man.
Yeah, it's all that cheese. You used to be a really big fan of cheese growing up, I remember.
Me or you?
I remember you're always begging
Yeah.
for like extra Parmesan on your spaghetti or your spaghetti, right?
Oh,
How do you
yeah.
say it?
How you say spaghetti?
No, you remember when you were little, you couldn't say spaghetti. You would say like spaghetti something. You were like you watched too much Full House. And you were like, I want that spaghetti. Can I get some more of that Parmesan cheese in my spaghetti? You remember that? I remember that.
I don't remember that. I do remember loving cheese. I remember whenever I go to some Italian restaurant, I ask the waiter, just be like, more. Just
Sure.
keep turning it, baby, until there's
There was a
nothing left.
commercial about that when the guy's just turning it and the guy's just like in a pile of Parmesan. And I always think of you when I see that commercial.
I
It's
love my
Michael.
Parmesan.
I
It's
saw
me.
him.
That's me. One memory, like a restaurant memory, since we're gonna talk about Thanksgiving a little bit. This is a week of Thanksgiving, so being with friends, family, eating a whole load of food, maybe going to a restaurant if
So
you're not
much
cooking.
food.
But one memory I have from a restaurant, and you were there too, was I think it was like a Tony Roma's or something like that
Maybe.
in West Palm, and for some reason I started freaking out. I was like a little kid, and
Oh, is this
then
when you like you and your mom got in a headlock and you guys had to like drag each other out?
yeah.
I remember that. Yeah, that was a Chili's. Ooh, that was embarrassing. Everybody like walked out and we're like, oh my goodness.
What happened?
Yeah, you were crying because you wanted something and your
I
mom
thought I
didn't want to
wanted more
get it for you.
Parmesan cheese.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. You were like, I want more cheese, Mom. She's like, you've had enough cheese. Let's go. And then you're like, you're going down, Mom. And for some reason, you guys just started wrestling right there in the middle of the
Oh my god!
entrance of the Chili's, and the rest of the family just ran away. We're like, no, I don't know those people.
I'm out of here. I do remember getting in a physical altercation with my mom, and that wasn't great.
Oh yeah, you two are funny.
Oh,
Times.
well.
Little Michael, that's one of the soft parenting, took off in America.
Yeah. That's why we say you gotta start beating your kids now, because that's the only way they learn.
It's true. I mean, look at you, Mikey. You're just a disgrace.
The script. You don't want your kids to end up like me, all right?
Exactly.
Like
It's a PSA.
the PSA. This is exactly. This is like, don't let your kid end up like me, because you're going to regret it for the rest
The
of
rest.
their life. Oh man, I had little. It's like the more you know. It's like one of those
Oh,
NBC
ding, ding.
promos. I have way too many sound bites here. I need to go. There we go. This one.
Yeah.
Well, they'll land on the pitch there, but
Yeah, a little late. A little late.
welcome. Figures not included here. Happy holiday season. We are
Happy holidays.
effect. By Jove, Thanksgiving is upon us, and we're thankful.
Excited. I'm excited. I mean, there's something about Thanksgiving dinner that's just so delicious, and I don't know why everyone looks forward to it so much this year. And everybody has their traditions and this and that.
Mhm.
Like my son was telling me that his teacher doesn't have turkey; they have crab legs because
Crab legs.
yeah, crab legs. And the reason was she believes that they didn't hunt for turkeys; that they fished for crabs during those times.
Huh.
I mean, I said I don't think she saw the peanuts, Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah, the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. Yeah,
Where they pretty much laid it out.
that was my history lesson. Yeah.
So whatever, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, hey, everyone can do what they want. and enjoy the food and what makes them happy. And like I said, the core is just being with family and friends and being thankful for them in your lives and for all the wonderful things in your lives, and just being thankful to God for all the blessings.
Mhm, mhm,
So,
mhm.
it's a nice time, and good eats, good football. I mean,
Well,
what else can you ask for? It's a great holiday.
I guess if you had talked to them and you were like, "Hey, what are you guys doing for Thanksgiving?" and they say, "We have crabs."
Like the itchy kind?
I mean, what other kind is there?
I'll be like, "Yeah, no, thank you.
Well, thank
I'll
you, but have a
I
great Thanksgiving.
appreciate the invitation, but I will politely decline."
Politely decline your crab invitation. um, yeah, yeah. We're gonna do something a little different. We're staying put this year. We decided to decline your invitation yet
You
again.
did. You like always. Nothing new here.
Hoping for a Christmas miracle one day, but
One day.
not there. I'm still gonna be a Scrooge. Um,
Are you guys
uh,
going out? Are you guys cooking in? What's the
Nope.
plan?
When we were talking about it, I think we we might stay home and we might go to one of them like food kitchens and go feed some people.
That's really nice, Michael. A little Thanksgiving dinner for the less fortunate.
Yeah, less fortunate brothers and sisters out there. So I thought that might be an interesting thing to do
Great.
for once.
Will you sit down and partake in some leftovers? Talk to the homeless.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Yeah,
awesome. That
I
should be
know
some interesting conversation.
it will be. I think it will be.
I remember
I'll
one
just.
time I went to a homeless shelter, and I was intimidated. I wasn't super like comfortable and like those kind of settings, social
Mhm,
stuff. I just didn't know how to start conversations. And there's these two elderly gentlemen. They were just playing chess, waiting for their food. And I was like really into like learning chess at the time. So I
mhm,
figured, well, maybe this is a segue. And I'm like, let me go, see if they'll let me watch or, whatevs. And I'm like, hey guys, hey, you're playing chess. This looks really fun. You mind if I watch? And they were like the nicest guys. They're like, no, no, sit down, play. You got to play one of us. You got to play one of us. I was like, oh, no, no, no. I'm terrible. I'm learning. I don't know anything. But they were like the nicest people. They sat down with me. I played two games. They said two games. I played one with each guy, and after I lost both, they're like, "Okay, no more. You're good. You're good." That was fun, but they were super nice. They were super great, and they taught me a few things here and there about the chess, and it was
mhm.
interesting. And, it was a interesting, enlightening experience. So I think
Yeah.
it's a really fun thing to do.
Yeah, yeah, we're looking forward to it. And but now it's like, okay, since I said it here, it's recorded for posterity reasons, and so I have to do it now. Like you can't ask me like, hey, how was your Thanksgiving? But oh, we just stayed home and watched movies. It's like I decided to be a piece of shit and not help out. So,
I'm pretty sure you'll do that anyway. Just lie about it.
wow, really? Unbelievable. Okay, now I gotta double down. Like I will be feeding people. I'll feed people out of my
I
mouth
gotta
if
see
I
pictures,
have to.
Mikey. I gotta be like, I don't even trust pictures anymore, man. With AI now, with
I'm
AI
gonna
now,
send you an AI video of me just feeding a bunch of people in like a big bowl, just
I
like
know.
to
It's like
become
really funny, and like things like disappear and reappear as you're like serving the food, and
my
they're like,
arms turn into turkey
"Oh."
legs and people
Yeah,
eating my
pretty
turkey arms.
disturbing those AI videos.
Well, but they're so
Good for you,
fascinating.
Michael. If you get out there and you do it, much respect. Good
Okay.
love. Spread that love. I
I'm gonna spread my love to everyone. So
Yeah, spread your
mm,
love, not your legs, Michael.
spread my crabs. So
No, Michael, we said no
no,
crabs.
like real crabs. Like crab Thanksgiving.
We can't afford crabs for all these people. Like, what are you, Mondani?
That's part of the deal. You donate, you get a bag of crabs. So,
I think you mistook what kind of crabs they
oh
were handing
man,
out.
I got the wrong kind of crab. Um,
Oh my gosh, we are so off topic.
what are you most thankful for this year in the toy world? Let's keep it toy
Yeah,
oriented.
yeah. Let's steer back into the toy world. Man, toys are so great. This year has been fantastic for
Mm,
toys. There's been a little like scariness with like the tariffs and
yeah,
and the uncertainty of the market, and then like people like canceling things and this and that. And I think it's still kind of rumbling through the toy community, and we'll talk about that. But I feel with all that, we still got a pretty awesome year of really cool reveals, really cool things
Yeah.
hitting the shelves, and, people are still really excited, really into it, so
Yep.
I'm thankful that, the toy community, the toy, industry is still going strong despite all the hurdles, that it's, been tossed this year. So, yeah, it's for all the creative people out there just really delivering some really fun, awesome toys that we can bring home and enjoy. I think that's a really cool one, and, um, man, I'm trying to think also, like, what toy I'm really thankful for this year that was really awesome.
Hey, you can think about it. I'll say what I'm thankful for. I'm thankful
Yeah,
for
yeah, go for it.
the podcast, man. Like, thankful that we finally decided
Eh,
to like, okay, let me just shut
guess.
this down. No, we got to like go on some fun adventures. Ned and Ricardo ride again,
That's
but
true.
with podcasting. So we got to, go to WonderCon. We did some Toy Fair stuff. We, went, hit the ground a full steam ahead with this thing. And it's been really fun to talk about toys that bring people on, talk to them about their
That's
career
true.
and their past and all that stuff. It's been very, very enjoyable to kind of just go fully into this.
Yeah, you're
With
totally
you.
right on that. It's been a really fun experience. Like we said, something we've always kind of wanted to do together. We didn't really know how or when. We were just
Yeah.
wanting to, and here it is. We've been doing it. We've been sticking with it, and it's been so much fun. It's opened up so many opportunities,
Yeah.
especially in this toy world that we love so much. Like you said, talking with
Love
great
it.
people, learning all these awesome things, getting to do really cool adventures in the toy, you know, convention circuit and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm really excited to see what is in store for our future here at Figures Not Included.
Yeah, man. Yeah. We already got some stuff planned for the rest of this year, for next year. Again, the
We're
goal is to get to 1K. We're very
yeah, we're
close.
closing in. We're closing in every day. It's a
Closing the
little
lock
bit
on target.
closer.
We're seeing it. We're in the trench of the Death Star. We
Locked
see
on
the
target.
target. It's locking
Locked on
in, getting
target.
smaller and smaller, that zone. But we gotta just hit the target and get to that
I know.
1K.
Oh
And
yeah, it'll
then
it'll
we can
happen
go home,
soon.
baby. Yeah. So that's what I'm pretty thankful for. We got to do a lot of stuff, and I got to go to a lot of these conventions this year, which I haven't done before, and God knows how long. I don't think I've ever done the full gamut like I did this year. This year
Yeah,
was WonderCon. We did WonderCon. We had Toy Fair right before that. San Diego Comic Con, New York Comic Con, Legions Con, Crab Con, all the cons you can imagine. Figures Not Included was out there.
yeah,
Spreading the good
spectacular. I
word.
mean, for our first year of going through this and getting
Yeah,
out there, I think it was pretty good. I think we were
I
able to
think so,
accomplish a
man.
lot, and so
Yeah,
I'm excited. I'm excited for the future, and I hope we can do much more and get to be a part of a lot more for this really fun and exciting toy community we're a part of. So let's keep
yeah,
it
and the
going. Let's keep
store,
it
man,
going,
and
Michael. Don't
the
poop out on me.
store. Come on, dude, the store. That's opening up your new location 2.0.
Oh yeah, that's a
What an
given. That's
endeavor.
just something real personal that I've dreamt about, and it just keeps
Had
getting
so many
better.
wet dreams. Yeah, over
Thank
it.
God, just keep moving forward, and blessing us with all these opportunities to
I
grow and to
thank you,
expand and
Lord.
exactly and get into all these great things that we're a part of now. So it's
Mm.
really, really awesome. It's a great experience. So I can't wait, man. Like I said, I feel like we're on full speed, chugging
Yeah.
along on that train, and
Chug that eggnog.
moon's the limit, Michael.
Yeah, baby. I always say I'm thankful for the podcast because it's giving me a more of an excuse to buy toys, to get more toys, to accumulate.
All part of the plan,
It's
Michael.
all part of the
How do
plan.
we trick our
Insidiously
wives?
planned to convince my wife, like, I need this for the show.
It's for work. It's for the
It's for
show.
work. Okay. These have a purpose. It's just not random bullshit. This is my life. Okay.
Exactly.
So yeah. But I love you, honey.
Take it away
And
from me, Michael.
no, you will never take these toys away from me. Not from my cold dead hands. No. But yeah, figure. Man, there's too many. There's too many figures to give thanks for.
There's so
It's
many good
hard.
ones. I'm going to talk about a recent one that came into my collection not too long ago.
Mm,
I got it right here. I just can't get enough of Evelyn
just can't get
Bonjo.
enough.
We talked about how Mondo has just been an exceptional company this year and just keeps delivering amazing things. We talked about how the Ninja Turtle first Donatello
Yeah, one
pre-order
small
went up and,
deal.
and
Yeah,
and did fantastic, and we're just so excited that we're going to keep getting more amazing things from Mondo. But yeah, they're just killing it with so many fantastic properties and lines, and they just do such a good job with their interpretation. I'm just like blown away. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. You
And
got your Egon.
it's fun. It's so colorful, beautiful. The figure inside is great.
Yeah.
Um,
So yeah,
yeah,
I'm gonna say Mondo takes the cake. Evelyn, one of my favorite characters, she is a amazingly
yeah.
well done figure. So I can't wait, man. I can't wait for next year. I can't wait for more Mondo.
I'm with you there, man. Mondo, absolutely. I think next year will definitely be just like the big 112s because you'll have Ghostbusters, you'll have He Man. So you have those two things coming together. Will be very exciting for Mondo. They're definitely up there for me. I think I just go Capcom. I'm a huge Capcom fan. I think this year was the biggest year ever for Capcom Gamerverse figures. Jada started the trend with Street Fighter 2 and Mega Man, which I love. And, here's a little preview of new fig smell coming later. This is the Wave 3. I got a little bit more than that. Maybe something more deluxe. Wink. And and with Capcom, man, just a huge resurgence in the toy world. You had the Gamerverse packs, that whole line from Marvel Legends, from Hasbro, a lot of really ace figures in that bunch. You had 3DLX with their Capcom offerings, with their Mega Man X and standard Mega Man. Jada Toys still crushing it with their Mega Man figures, Street Fighter figures, showing off Balrog, Akuma, E Honda, so close to the end of Street Fighter 2, showing off Street Fighter Alpha 3. Storm doing Alpha figures, those figures coming out this year. Absolutely insane year on the Capcom front. And there's still so much more to mine
So
from
much more.
Capcom that I can't even fathom. And then you also had Gamerverse from Figuarts that hasn't been released yet, but we've seen the first three figures from that line, and
They're
everyone's
on their
super.
way, yeah, and
So
they look amazing.
yeah, so I think for me, thankful for Capcom still making toys because there was a dry spell for so many years when it came to
Yeah,
Capcom.
Capcom has just such a great, pantheon of characters and amazing games, and so it's awesome to get figures to represent a lot of those ones that we're so passionate about that we've loved over the years. So yeah, it's really great to see something like that finally get some love, and we get to see so much of that start popping up on our
Yeah, like this
shelf.
one, you know,
Oh yeah, look at that.
man, Nemesis Tyrant, that's the Patriot Studios one. So there's so many great Capcom figures out there, and sometimes they're very easy to find. Sometimes you gotta look a little bit more, but yeah, definitely a really marquee year for Capcom. Well, let's get to more recent stuff. Let's just get to it. Hot toy news for the week. And we talk about all the cool stuff that's out there, stuff that's still going strong, lines continuing, companies expanding, getting new IPs. But when one door opens, another closes. Super 7, I feel like they've had a tough year. It's not been easy for them.
They've gotten themselves into some hot water. They've had some bit of shady practices that people were not happy about. Kind of bit them in the ass there. So yeah, I get it. They do a really good job with some of their toys, but
Mhm.
I think the toy community is also a community that wants to be treated with respect. Michael, and
Mhm.
you know
Mhm.
we don't like people trying to put the stink on us with some of these things, and so
You don't
you
like
know
getting that stink, yeah.
oh no, so
Never.
yeah, and it seems like it's starting to affect the companies. If you don't pay attention to that, if you don't keep your reputation good and strong, this might happen. As we see here with the Super 7 having to close their stores now. My only assumption is that this is probably a blow for Super 7, just, losing a little bit of their momentum with people just kind of stepping back, saying, "Hey, I don't like that they're overcharging for a lot of these things. They're adding
Yeah.
tariffs to things that they've already had for such a long time."
Mhm.
And, I think on the top, they just always kind of had a little bit of like their prices were like a little bit on the high side where people are always a little bit like just waiting for an excuse to be like, "Nah, I'm good." And it looks like that kind of might have caught up to them. Like, I don't know, they could put out something saying, "Oh, no, it's just like the stores maybe were underperforming and it's easier online or just too much to handle or some other thing." But I don't know.
Mhm.
I feel that it's all kind of like a telltale sign that people are definitely speaking with their wallets, and Super 7 is feeling it.
Yeah, I think it's tied together for sure. And look, it is hard to maintain a business now. Obviously, we've talked about this ad nauseum since we started the show. Tariffs being a real thing and that affecting people, like you said. We see it with Mondo that they have a tariff fee with their figures. You see that baked in to other toy companies and their figure with Jada, with Marvel Legends, and it go on and on with Hasbro. It happens. And Mattel has been a little bit okay. They sort of been able to. I don't know how much they've raised their prices. McFarlane even raised his prices, and for a long time they were 1999 through for however many years. But it's a real thing, and so where do you cut costs? Maybe your physical retail store, which wasn't I don't know in terms of how much of that was a big business getter, or was it just to have a sort of nice marquee store, to represent Super 7? But for a long time, not a long time, but for a good chunk of time, there was this window where Super 7 was basically the only sort of niche toy company out there that was a little bit more on the alternative side, you know? In the sense that Mondo is kind of that now, that when Mondo had their split and they went into Funko and then they sort of reformatted everything and then eventually Hector and Peter came on, they changed the game with that. But I think Super 7 really had their claim to the market when it came to making obscure
Yeah, I
intimate
think they were
small
alongside
figures
there
and
with
then bigger figures.
I think NECA was there alongside them,
Mecca too, yeah.
NECA's really kinda killing it with a lot of their things, and I think Super Saiyan kinda stepped up to be their competition,
Yeah.
and they kinda came at it in a similar angle, but like IPs and stuff, but they also had their own thing kinda going. They did a lot
Hmm.
with music, they did a lot with, more retro,
Yeah.
obscure stuff, Godzilla and all kind of things like that, and so yeah, they were there for a while, and for a while they were pretty hot. But I just feel that with all the issues and prices going up and so much variety out there with
Hmm.
toys, that people just kind of moved away. And
Well,
I
I
feel
think
like I feel also like they were a little stagnant on their things. They didn't
they were.
really keep anything fresh coming out that you got you excited. Ninja Turtles were fantastic. They also had some issues there when they had to
Hmm.
slow down on that with Playmates because they didn't like them copying the toys and that. So that kind
Hmm.
of affected that line. They did their amazing Thundercats, which I don't know. They put a lot of characters that I think people weren't even really familiar or excited about, which kind of
Hmm.
fizzled that line out. And then
Hmm.
it just kinda, like, floated around in limbo for a little bit. People are
Yeah.
just waiting for those few characters that they were still hoping for, and I feel like the production went down a lot because there were so
Yeah.
much refined towards the end.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah, I just think there's a lot of issues there, business-wise that kind of affected their
Yeah.
overall performance.
Yeah, I think about when you go with character selection. I think that was a big issue with Super 7. I think it came to prices, character selection, the quality of the product. They weren't. They were cool designs. I think everyone's super excited about Ninja Turtle Ultimates to be these amazing versions of the old Playmate figures. And initially, we got that, but I
Yeah.
also felt that those figures were not the most up to date in terms of colors and articulation. They had a lot of accessories, which was cool.
I mean, I thought they did a pretty good job of representing the toys and stuff, but the problem was that when they hit that wall with Playmates and they couldn't really do what they were doing, I think that suffered because I think people did love the fact that they were very much in line with the old Playmates toys,
Yeah.
just updated and better, better paints, all the accessories, all, a
But when
lot
you
of
no,
like
even when you
bells
think
and
about
whistles.
Thundercat stuff, they were using the same mold from the old Mattel figures for a
Yeah, well,
long
I mean,
time.
I think they were definitely continuing that style that Mattel and the Four Horsemen kind of set up for them, and they just kind of bought that. That's what they did with the Grayskull stuff for He-Man and
Yeah.
everything. And that was just kind of their continuation, and they did a good job with it. But I just think, like you said, it had a lot to do with the character selection and stuff that they were kind of pushing out afterwards. And it just kind of like it took a long time to get a character you actually wanted, and then
And quality control. I don't want to get away from that too, because I remember when the Mumra wave came out and Tigra, that was a big one, and they had to do a whole almost a recall on Tigra because a lot of them had this weird orange paint issue on his chest, and you could only get a refund. And it seemed
Mhm.
like that was a big common issue. There were
Yeah,
some
they had their
QC issues
issues. There was
with Mumra. I think there was like there's a real QC issue with their figures, and then you go into this company had IP for they had GI Joe, Thundercat, they had He Man for a little bit, Ninja Turtles, The Simpsons, Disney, and then you would think like, oh, they're gonna make amazing Disney figures. This is gonna be so great, Ultimates, and then the first wave is what is
like Alice in Wonderland.
it's it doesn't it's just like you said. What is the thought process behind
Yeah, it's like,
doing
why are
all these
these the ones we're
figures?
putting out? And
Yeah,
not people. I mean, I think if they would have come out with like obviously like a really awesome Mickey Mouse, maybe like the Fantasia one, maybe
well, it
what's
was the
the dra
Fantasia one. It was the Fantasia
Oh,
one.
did they? I don't remember that one. I know they
But
did several ones. I didn't pay too much attention to the Disney ones. I was really more into the turtle stuff.
mhm,
But I remember they had like the dancers from Fantasia, like the
yeah.
crocodile and the hip. I mean, like,
Yeah, the hippopotamus, I'm just like, where's I mean, it's such a I don't know if it's a dumb thing to
like
complain about for toy collectors, but it is a thing that this is stuff that we're interested in, and
obviously you want to hit
we
what
wanna have a
people want.
Goofy. We wanna
And
have yeah, we wanna have
yeah,
those
I
main
don't think
characters.
people were sitting around saying, "I wanna pay 50, $60 for the hippo from Fantasia," you know?
Exactly.
"I want Goofy, I want Donald," you know? The main characters that give us a lot of cool accessories, make them really
Mm.
fun, but yeah, you got so many of these weird, obscure characters instead of, like, the ones, and, like, is this right issues? Did they have problems that they could only make the obscure figures, so that's why they had to go that way? But
Yeah.
then you gotta think to yourselves, is it worth it then? Is it are we gonna make these figures in hopes that they do well, even though they're not the main characters? I just don't
Mhm.
think, it's a sound decision to go with such obscure characters that
Right.
are gonna have a very small market, but
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't know,
exactly. It's a small market, so you have to have a big dedicated fan base for these figures, and clearly that did not happen.
Yeah.
In and with the Simpsons too, Simpsons for me, I was so excited for a Simpsons wave, Simpsons line. I mean, that hasn't
Yeah.
been done since, but the Playmates days, you know?
So many people have tried Simpsons and no one seems to be able to really nail it. I think Playmates did the best job when they were doing the little, what do they call those? The little sets where you got like a living room or a scene from like
Yeah,
some
yeah,
part
and
of
they
the
had sound
show.
effects built into the
Yeah,
playset.
those were fantastic, and that line was quite extensive when that was coming out, and that was probably the most, successful out of all of them. But now
Mhm.
you see all this, technology with, like, better, articulation, much more likeness, much more ability to do, extra stuff, and you figure no one has been really able to capitalize on something like The Simpsons, who's been around forever.
Yeah,
New generations are getting into it. My kids are, like, addicted to it, they
yeah,
wanna watch The Simpsons all the time.
yeah. My nephews are too.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say them too, and it's just like I know a lot of people, my kids' friends and everything, and so it's not just like older people who like The Simpsons. It's like a whole new generation are
Yeah,
growing up watching the old reruns,
yeah,
and
yeah,
it's gonna keep going. So it's like,
yeah.
someone needs
Well,
to do something stronger
well,
with
Jax has their thing, and they're making. I think for the most part, they came out swinging. They came out with, okay, we're giving you all the OG characters and their traditional design and a
yeah.
Bartman here and there. And I feel like that's been. I mean, it seems like Jax has the sauce at least for now, and it
Yeah,
comes.
I mean, they're putting out there, and we sell them. We have a bunch at the shop, and they're cool. But I don't know. I just feel like there's just not enough motivation to get people to buy them. They're
Mm,
not. It's cool to get all the original characters and stuff, but we've seen a lot of them already. I think we need to get a version of the figures that are just like really good toys. If they're
yeah,
very posable, if they come with really cool stuff, and they're at a good price point because obviously, if you're going to get into the Simpsons, you want to collect
You want the
the
whole
whole of Springfield,
town. Yeah.
and yeah, and get every little character because that's what makes the Simpsons fun.
I'll
So
take Shelbyville too. Give me all of Shelbyville.
there you
I
go.
want the whole world.
And so, yeah, you definitely want they got to do something with the line that's going to be really exciting for people to really get. I would say something like a 3-inch figure line, really nicely sculpted, lots of articulation and like a 3 to 4 inch figure
But
line.
is Jack's not that? Is
I
it a
don't
little
know.
bit?
There's like different scales. I've gotten some little
They
ones,
do
there's
have
some
different
bigger
skills.
ones.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
don't know. I'd just like to see one cohesive line where they really put
Mhm.
it all in there. They're really well constructed, good
Mhm.
quality, and then really fun interactivity with them, where you can kind of do
Yeah.
a little play set and stuff like that and set up
Yeah.
little scenes and things like that. And I think those things, those collections that are going to be on the mass, that are going to need a lot of space to really get into the whole
Mhm.
thing, you need to make them at a little bit of a smaller scale so you can do that. Kind of we
You
talk
can
a lot
build the whole
about
world.
like
Yeah.
Joy Toy and like we're talking about the Ninja Turtles. How cool would
Mm.
it be? Because you have more room to really, flesh that out. Because at six
Yeah.
inch bigger scale, you're not going to have that much room.
Yeah.
And
That's true.
so, yeah, I think something like that would really blow people away. And it's got to be at a good price and it's got to have good quality to
Yeah.
it.
Good price, baby.
I think people would still love collecting Simpsons stuff. So we'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see what the
Think
future holds for them.
we'll see. But in terms of future, Super 7, yeah, closing their two stores in San Diego
Yeah.
and San Francisco. They say they got big plans for 2026 and beyond, and
We'll
we'll
see.
see what that even
It
means.
seems like, companies are struggling. We hear a lot of Funko right now in some trouble. They just
Hmm.
can't
Hmm.
seem to get out of the hole. Funko Pops have been so popular for such a big, long time, and everybody says, they're definitely not going to be like the Beanie Babies. They have legs. They're going to keep going, but it just seems like they're going straight down the hill. And
Things die
so,
out, man. Things die out.
yeah, and
Eventually,
it's
it
like
happens.
the problem is like how far will they go down? Will it like level off some point where like okay, they're not super like hot anymore, but some people still like them enough to keep them going and maybe hold out for another resurgence. But it just seems Funko is struggling a lot with figuring out what to produce, how much to produce, what's going to keep people interested. And my big thing about Funko is I think their big mistake was, and like I said, this might just be out of control because of like the issues the toy companies have been facing. But I think a big point with Funkos was that they were inexpensive. When I think I remember Funko starting at like $6, $8.
Yeah.
People could buy them relatively cheap, and I think this happens to a lot with toy lines, and this is kind of what's happening. I feel with the
Hmm.
toy community, in general, it's just like everything is becoming so expensive that it's pricing people out of being able to collect it,
Yeah.
without having to spend, ridiculous amounts of money. And so I
Mm.
think Funko was one of those that you bought all of them. I had to buy everyone from this collection and this and that. I want to have all of them. I want to have all the chases and this and that. But, at like, $6, $8 a pop, you're okay with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now they're like 15, $17 for a regular pop, and now they're trying all these new things where they want a little bit of the secondary market where they're like you're saying you can buy like the premium, chase
Mm.
ones or the more
Yeah.
collectible ones at a
Yeah.
higher
It's just
price point, which totally I think was shooting themselves in the foot because you're just you're killing what made them popular, which
yeah.
was like you just kind of like collected them and hoped that you could get those random good ones and the rare ones, and it was like a challenge to get them. And so like when you can just buy them and stuff like that, I think it just kind of prices people out
Yeah.
altogether. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna buy that. If I could find it at a store for, $6, $8, I'd be, oh yeah, now this pop's worth $100. That's awesome. But if I have
Mhm.
to pay you, $80 off the top, it's not a good idea. So
No, that's just not
yeah.
a well thought out business plan in
But yeah,
terms
my
of
my thoughts is
it deters people out when you're charging that much. You're like, okay, I can't do this hobby anymore.
yeah.
It's just
Price
expensive.
price and just strategy has I think been a problem for Funko. And so if they
Yeah.
could get that under control, and then also like saturation, talk about saturation. A
Mm.
company that has saturated the market with everything. And I mean, I know that's kind of one of the fun selling points about Funko, and I used to use this line a lot. It's like
They're
pretty much
everywhere.
anything you can think of, they've made a
Mhm.
Funko for. Almost
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
If you want a Funko, I mean, you get a Dolly Parton, you could get a, Elvis Presley, you can get a, Halo Master Chief,
Mr. Hanky.
you
Yeah.
know, Yeah, anything you could think of, they had a pop. So it was really fun for pop cultural enthusiasts because you can get everything, a collection of everything you love under
Hmm.
one, umbrella.
Yeah,
But it just feels like it's just like they were like really like going after anything they could get, and it just feels like you ended up with a bunch of junk that nobody really cared about, you know. So I'm like, it's cool that there's a little bit of everything, but there's certain things that I think is like, do you really need to make so many of that because that isn't
yeah.
that popular? People really don't care about that, and you're gonna end up sitting on a bunch of these things.
Or it'll be sitting in a landfill, and they'll have to just destroy it because there's just so
Yeah,
much. There's
it's
just
like
so much left.
the
Yeah, like what are you gonna do with it? It's not selling.
what was that video game? The
It's
ET video game,
ET,
right? That was in the
yeah,
landfill.
yeah,
People, actually, I remember a couple years ago that happened. Funko had to throw away like millions of Funko
yeah.
Pops because they had them, you know. So it's like, yeah, yeah, I get what you're saying now. So yeah, I think they need to strategize a little bit better if they're gonna right this ship before it completely
Mm,
goes under.
yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Speaking of going under, this HasLab for Tron, it's got 4 hours left as of this show, and it's going to need 9,000 backers very quickly. Which I guess I'm all in. I'm going to do 9,000 orders right now
Mikey
because
will
I support the
you're gonna self
win.
fund this whole project for people.
I will. I'm going to make it happen for you guys because I love you that much.
Is
Um,
is there something, Michael, that you would pay for just to get it out in the world? Like if someone like said, "I'm gonna produce this if you give me this much money," and you
ooh.
would want it so badly out there that you would say, "I'll give you whatever." If you had the money, obviously,
I
I would
mean,
pay the whole thing just to get it out there.
well, kit and caboodle. Ooh, that's a good question. We've been fortunate that they've been making a lot of this stuff. I think I go back to Capcom. I want the full MVC2 roster, so I would pay whoever I have to pay, any company, whatever, for the rights to get every single Capcom and Marvel character made. So,
But give us something like more obscure, something that like generally wouldn't get made unless somebody specifically, said it. Like,
Mm.
what is like something weird? Like we talked the other day about like, remember Johnny Five, Short
Yeah,
Circuit.
yeah, 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 yeah,
They're
yeah, yeah.
fantastic
Oh
robot.
man.
I know people have made a couple things here and there, but I mean, I would love to have like a diecast Johnny Five, like Hot Toys make a diecast Johnny Five.
Ooh, I thought you were about to say like
Holy,
a life size Johnny Five.
oh, oh my gosh, how much would I love to have one of those sitting in the store, right? But imagine how cool a 1/6 scale Johnny Five, all die-cast, Hot Toys. Holy moly, that would be the coolest.
That'd be
I
very cool.
don't see it happening because it's such an old kind of out of people's mind thing. Only a few people really remember they grew up loving that
Mhm.
movie, but you
Yeah,
don't see anything more of it, which is crazy. I mean, it was such a lovable movie back
it
then, so I'm
was.
surprised it's not one like you see stuff like
Yeah, a
Gremlins
little
and Jaws,
culturally
and those.
insensitive, a little outdated by some standards.
Oh, come on, Michael.
Do we want to? I mean, let's just pull up the image. I think we need
What has
to.
the Gutenberg ever done to make you dislike him so much?
All we know about Gutenberg is the goodness. Hey, look, during the fires in LA, he was out there trying to help people. So
Exactly. So why are you giving him a hard time?
I'm not giving him a hard time. I love the Goot. We on the show, we want to put that out. Public statement. We love the Goot. So
It's true. We should get
um,
him on the show one day, Michael.
I'm working on it. So he keeps denying me. But you just watch. You just like you see this, and you're like, okay, you know, um, maybe it doesn't work as well as it did. Look, did we
What?
think he was a real Indian actor? Maybe. Was he just a basic white guy, Fisher Stevens? Yeah.
Hey, it's called acting, Mikey. I don't understand what the problem is
It's
here.
called a brown face. That's what
No,
it's
it's called acting. That's the whole fun part about acting. You can be anything you want to be.
even Indian man.
Even an Indian man, you could do it. No one said anything when Peter Sellers was doing it.
Was he an Indian man too?
Yeah, you never watched The Party?
I don't think I
Fan-
saw the party.
Fantastic movie. Go get yourself an education, Michael.
The party, Peter Sellers. I don't think. Oh yeah, I don't like that. This is what you're. I gotta bring this up. I like that you're using this to like enhance your
Yeah.
argument in a way. Like, no, you ever see the party? Come on, man.
I'm just saying that it's a good movie. It's been out there. Exactly. And, no one really made a big stink about it.
I think some people are making big stinks about it now.
Maybe now, but not then.
Well, because
It's a product of its time, Michael.
it's a product of its time, and that product you want in your hands. So, Hot Toys, if you're listening,
This is the Hot Toys you want, Mike. You want Peter
no,
Sellers from the party
I don't want brown face
in
Peter
in
Sellers.
one in 1/6 scale. Come on,
1/6
Michael.
scale. I want the 1/6 brown scale. So
Oh, man.
that's terrible. That's
I'm
terrible.
just trying to be inclusive, Mikey.
You're really failing at being woke right now. So.
I'm not understanding, I thought we were
I
accepting.
thought that's how you do it. It's
Aren't
just,
you supposed to be able to be whatever you want to be? If you want to be a brown man, have at it, right?
let it go. Live your truth.
Live your truth. You said it, Michael.
Live your truth. We encourage you to live your truth on Figures Not Included.
Remember that time you tried to straighten your hair so you could be like a white surfer dude?
Well, I would just straighten my hair because I was ashamed of my curls.
Exactly.
Yeah. You
Just
remember
saying,
the product? You remember the product I used?
what was it? Soul Glow?
No, it wasn't Soul Glow. Let me try to find like the old version because this is in the '90s. This is 2000s, really. But it was the little box called Dark and Lovely, and
You've always been dark and lovely, though, Michael.
I have like Peter Sellers. So and I would ask my mom, "Can we please relax my hair?" And so I would go underneath the sink, well, not under the sink, but under the faucet in the sink, and then she would douse my hair with this burning chemical on my scalp, and it would
It's a
work
weird
more or
thing to
less.
not like. You always had such nice curls. Why would you not?
I just didn't like it. I was like, I got these stupid curls out of my head. What better way to do it than burning it? So burning
You're
it
you're just a dumb teenager, Michael.
really was. I really was. But hey, at a certain point, I had luscious, medium, curly hair to my shoulders.
It was more of a wave.
It really was.
Exactly. You
It's
wanted
like,
to be like those surfer movie kids from like the Disney shows.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. I wanted to be. What was
There's a
those
there's
shows?
a kid in my mind that I'm literally picturing right now, and I wish I knew his name.
Oh, what was it? Like the one where they
Yeah,
like go, like rollerblading or something?
yeah, it was just like one of those like old school Disney '90s movies with this kid with like the dark, kind of really kind of wavy hair. I'm like, this is what Mikey was going
Wasn't
for.
that like Johnny something?
I don't
What do you
remember.
call like Johnny something? I always remember that. Like the
Johnny,
original movies.
Johnny Bravo.
Johnny. Oh man, we need someone here to kind of help us out with that.
No,
The Brink? That wasn't Brink.
I wish we had friends.
Brink. We have I think of Johnny Tsunami. Is that it?
Was it Johnny Tsunami?
You think of Johnny Tsunami? You think I look like Johnny Tsunami?
I don't know. I don't remember who Johnny Tsunami. You gotta show me a picture.
I'm pulling it up right now.
Johnny Tsunami.
You think I look like this guy over here, Johnny Tsunami?
That's you, Mikey. Johnny Tsunami. That's literally what you were going for. There you go. That's not the kid I was thinking of, but hey,
Oh,
it,
that's not him.
it's not the one I was thinking of. But hey, man, it works.
It kind of works, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
let me shift
So
over.
that was your look. Oh, Michael. We all do weird things when we're adolescents, I guess.
True. It's true. Either fighting with my mom at Chili's or asking her to burn my scalp so I can look more like Johnny Tsunami. But yeah. Oh well.
Oh my
Again,
goodness. Ridiculous.
another
Ridiculous.
reason why we say give your kids discipline, or else you'll end up like me. So
Exactly.
see how bad I turned out. So,
Oh my
you
goodness.
don't want that on your conscience.
Don't need that.
Yeah. So back to misfortunate things. Yeah. So the Tron HasLab, it's not going to happen. What was the biggest thing for you that went wrong with this one?
For me, honestly, I don't think the value was there.
Mhm.
I didn't like the scale, like, it just seemed kinda like something you would get as, like, a kid's version of these toys that would come out from, like, when a movie released.
Okay.
I don't know, there wasn't enough. If they would've done something more innovative where, like, the motorcycles were, like, much more detailed and really, really cool and, like, I don't know, something that actually, some sort of, like, I don't know, I'm just thinking, like, brainstorming some sort of, like, way you could actually create that kinda, like, stream that the motorcycles leave behind, if the figures are
Right.
I mean, it's hard because it's Tron, there isn't a lot, like, super detailed, that you can do to make it look anything more than what it is, but I don't know. I just
That's
felt like
my thing.
there wasn't a lot there is my whole thing.
Yeah, I think that's my thing too, is that it's Tron. It's cool, but is it HasLab worthy to be having this giant project that's almost $300 and you have to
Well,
commit fully to this thing? And is there that much love? We talk about niche things. We talk about like people buying Simpson toys or Disney toys or anything like that. They're big properties. How big is Tron as an IP right now? Not that great, not that big.
yeah, I think it's something that they went into maybe hoping that this, Tron Uprising was gonna be better than it was and kinda
Mhm.
reignite people's passion. And so,
Yeah,
they gotta think this out in advance. And that movie completely bombed, and so I think this kinda fell flat too because there's just no real interest in Tron, except for, like, a few people who grew up loving it, and they were willing to back something like this. But, like I'm
yeah.
saying, maybe if the figures actually, like, all lit up, if they had some sort of, like, really cool, you know,
Extra feature
manufacturing.
detail. I
Yeah,
even
or like all the little lines actually lit up in some sort of cool way. They did something very unique with them that would really make them stand out, but they just look so basic, like little GI Joey, you know,
Hmm.
something you would get back in the 90s, and
I actually thought the figure looked cool. I just don't
they're
think they were
okay.
three hundred
Like I'm saying, they're
dollars.
just
I don't think it was a $300 dump cool.
that's what I'm saying. There's just nothing there that would make you think, oh, these figures are definitely valued at $300. It's just
Hmm.
like I said, maybe if they actually lit up and they had some, like, really cool effects or could do something really unique and different, I would say people would be more excited, but they just look like basic toys. They look like
Yeah.
something we coulda just waited and got on a release, on the 50th anniversary of Tron or something.
Yeah, yeah. I think the cycles, that they were a little weak.
Yeah, super weak. I
They
mean,
don't
look at this
they don't even
one.
have moving wheels, so they're just sort of static pieces there.
Yeah, there isn't anything very exciting about it, and look, like, I showed this one off before that, we showed off when we talked Tron last time, and this one had, like, lights and sounds and stuff, and, but it looks pretty much what that is.
Mhm.
And I think I got this for, like, $6 on clearance.
What is that?
It's the Tron cycle from Legacy.
Oh, from Legacy. Okay. It
The
was a
one he
Tron
has in his
cycle.
office that resembles the original one?
Ah, okay, 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 yeah. I mean, that looks like comparable quality to
Exactly, and this
yeah.
was just, like, not that expensive of a figure, and it's really nice. It's got, like, pretty much everything you see that they have there. It has lights, it has sounds, and you didn't have to spend $300 for it. So
Yeah.
I just what I'm saying. I don't think it was very thought after, especially for something that doesn't have the draw that they would need to fund something
It
like
doesn't
that.
have the draw. I mean, you saw how sorry, I have you on for a long time.
Yeah.
You look beautiful, though. You look very beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Um, exactly what you said. It doesn't have the draw. How long did it take for the gunship to get funded? It took basically to the end of that whole HadLab campaign to get there. And
Now, would you scream BS if this somehow magically funds by tomorrow?
yeah, of
Right?
course.
It's like
Of
we've seen it happen where you're like, oh, and it still needs like 5,000 people, and then the next morning it's like funded.
course.
Overnight, everyone needs,
I'm
jumped on.
I know. I'm highly doubting that happened. I think this is just when I first thought I wasn't incredibly impressed. I thought it looked cool, but it was and we were there in the room at New York Comic Con when they showed it off, and it was just a very lukewarm
Yeah,
reception to
oh,
it.
cool.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
oh yeah, okay, okay. I think there was more enthusiasm for
Kind
the
of like when your
60s
your
figures.
wife is trying to like show you like her new purse or something that she bought, and you gotta
Mhm.
act like you're like or like look how good my nails look, and you're just like, yeah. Yeah.
No, no,
Beautiful, babe.
I give my wife attention. I don't know what you do.
Oh, so you lie to her.
Exactly.
Love it, babe. Oh my gosh, you're amazing.
Or no.
Oh,
Oh,
busted.
you got me busted.
You're effed, Michael.
Let's see.
You just see a bat swing and then the camera go out.
Conk. No, she would never assault me like that. Not on camera.
Not on camera.
No. Yeah, it for me, it didn't appeal to me personally, and I think it obviously
And
a lot of
I
people.
really like Tron. I would love to
Me
see
too.
Tron really come back strong and just really take it to the next level. With all the new advancements in technology, someone really should come in here and be like, okay, how do we update Tron to really fit into what we're doing? This, take
Mhm,
what was done and really kind of modernize it and push it into future. Let's see, because when Tron came out, that was it. It was like computers and like what was happening in the computers and all that stuff was a very
computer.
like cool and fascinating thing that people
Yeah.
didn't know. Now we look at it and it looks so, like, 8-bit, and you're like, "What?" We wanna
Mhm,
see what does Tron look like now? Like, if someone just would create it now and thought the same kind of process, what does it look like in a computer world with all this stuff? What kind of
mhm.
new analogies could they create and really kinda give us something fantastic? And just,
Isn't that what Tron Ares tried to do?
I don't know, I didn't watch it. No,
But say
Tron Ares was like they all came to the real world.
okay.
From the
I
little
didn't
bit
watch
they
either, so I don't
gathered, it
know.
was like they were trying to get into the real world, you
Sounds
know?
pretty hokey to me. Sounds like gobbledygook. So, Tron gobbledygook. Okay, yeah. So unfortunate. We'll see if that has a big effect. 'Cause this was supposed to be the launch of Hasbro 375, where they were going to go in theoretically on doing a lot of different properties in 375. Which I think there's a big market for that. People love 375. They would love I would imagine not just GI Joe, which they've been plenty of, but Marvel Universe that we had back in the day, which I think people were a lot of fans, like they're big fans of that lines particularly. There's a lot they could do with that, but maybe that doesn't happen anymore just because of this failed HasLab. So
Yeah, yeah, we'll see what happens, it's funny how they go, like, 6-inch has been king for so long, everything has moved to 6-inch. A lot of people tried 3/4 inch, and it just never really took off. It's never been as strong as it was, in, like, the '90s, and '80s, and so, I don't know, what will be the company that will kinda capture our imaginations again for that
yeah,
scale. But like I
yeah.
said, everything seems to be going strong, and like a lot of people are interested now in spending a little more and getting that 1/6 scale. So it's like, yeah, I don't really know what's going to bring us back.
or paying premium for 112 scale. You see it with Mondo with Real Ghostbusters. It was a line that had a very dedicated fan base, you know, and making things that were just perfect replicas of what that cartoon was.
Yeah.
And there's no question like what it is and what it features and just the love and care that goes into something like that, and people seem to have responded to it very well. And well, with 112 that's my jam, and 1/6 there's obviously always will always be a market for that. They're like just amazing type of figures. But speaking of 112 Kings, Mafex Hush still going strong. They just showed off, and they have for pre-order the Raj Al Ghul and the Battle Damaged Batman. Raj Al Ghul very much needed. An underappreciated character, I would say, in the Batman mythos, in the Rogue Gallery, and so I'm excited to get that one. He looked pretty cool.
I'm pretty impressed with these faces they gave him. He looks so much more animated than he's done in any of the other toy lines of this
Yeah,
iteration. He just looks really kind of, I don't know. He just looks like a much more like
it's just very
intimidating.
expressive. It's
Yeah,
very
much more
expressive
animated.
faces. Yeah,
Really
very
cool.
animated. You even have like the whiteout eyes on
Mhm.
one of the portraits. You have the screaming face, and you have just the standard stoic, anchored face. The furrowed brow. I think that one looks great. The Batman, the Batman. I don't
The Batman.
Man, he looks like I think the head portraits look really good. You have like the real angry face, then you got the open mouth face, which looks cool. I don't know if there's anything really different besides the first one, besides just the torn up arm. It looks exactly the same figure, which
Yeah, my assumption is there's probably gonna be some tweaking on the cape here.
okay.
So, a lot of people complain about how billowy and kinda oversized the cape was on the original release, so maybe
Hmm.
they kinda tweaked the cape. It looks like it's a little more tame.
Hmm.
But really what you're getting is, like you said, it's much more raggedy looking, he's definitely, got the, wounded arm and the cool new head sculpts. But yeah,
And
there is I mean, it's kinda hard to be like, "Do I need another Batman just because 'cause he's got, a couple more heads and a little bit of, damage on his arm?"
right, right. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know.
if you're going for another Hush Batman, maybe just go for the Gong one.
Yeah, I mean, this thing just looks so much fun. I'm just, like, excited. I wanna mess with that cape. It looks so cool to pose,
Yeah,
and, it's it feels like if Hush was an anime, that's what this figure is, you know?
that's okay. Okay, you know what? I can take that. That works for me.
Yeah,
An
yeah,
anime
so
style looking Batman Hush.
yeah, I really wanna mess with this thing. I can't wait to
Whoa,
get my hands on it.
keep that in private.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he
I
looks.
even got the perfect place. I got this amazing, gargoyle base that I wanna put him on.
Oh man, that sounds
I'm ready,
awesome.
Michael.
Ready for this moment your whole life.
I've been waiting.
Waiting for this moment. I think he looks pretty awesome. I'm also excited for the UPF Batman Hush.
Yeah.
Dude, it's this thing where it's like, oh, crap, man. I already have. I'm happy with my Mayfix Batman. Why are we doing this? And I'm
I
gonna get
know.
suckered in. I'm gonna get suckered in.
I like I said, I've said this last time. I like buying Batmans anyway, so I'm gonna enjoy getting them. And at the end of the day, if I get one and I'm just like, you know what, I don't really need this one, I'm sure I can pass it on to a different collector.
Hmm.
It's not like you're married to it if you buy it, but at least you get the opportunity to really kind of assess it and do it. And if you love it and you want to keep them all in your collection, you have them all. That's
Yeah,
awesome. Like I said, this is one of my favorite iterations of Batman, so I wouldn't mind having different versions, different companies, idea of how to make this figure. And so it's a cool collection on its own right. And then, like I said, and at the end of the day, if it's not, looking the best on my shelf, someone else might enjoy it. So I'm excited just to pick them up and get to play with them.
I know which Batman you're really excited for. It's the Hot Toys blue and gray suit Batman.
Love it. Oh my gosh, they nailed it.
They nailed it. What's going on here?
Oh
What's it?
my goodness. I don't know what they did. I don't know if the pictures are just badly
Oh,
taken, if just the colors really accentuate things differently than all black, if the sculpt is a little off, but
yeah.
man, the I think we've all wondered what does the Keaton Batman look like, in the comic book colors. And we've seen some of the old Kenner figures doing it and it actually look kind of neat, but it just doesn't seem to do the same here.
Nope.
But I will say this.
Oh, here we go.
Last year they did this with the Nolan Batman, the Christian Bale Batman, and they did give him the same treatment. And they did the black and white. And I remember looking at it online. I'm like, I don't know, this looks kind of silly. And then we got one for the shop, and it was actually really fun. It was weird. It didn't work, but it did, and it was just kind of like a neat idea. And it actually is a really cool figure. And so this one, I don't know, maybe like here is just not selling itself
It
well,
just
but
looks weird. Just the
it
expression,
does.
like he's like,
But maybe in person it's not as bad. I don't know. So I would still like to see it. And like, I mean, that looks pretty awesome. like if my man Keaton was actually Bruce Wayne in the comic books, that's what it would look like.
yeah.
I think just the head, the cowl just is
This
not.
one looks so weird.
Yeah, there's just something going on there with that cowl in the blue that is not
It's just so
working.
big. It's so massive on his head, and
And I
the
think
the
that's the problem. I think they probably made it so that thing sits on top of his actual head, and it just is not working.
it looks so goofy.
Oh man. See, this actually
Um,
be a cool one to buy and then just change the head and give it like a hush, 1/6 hush Batman head or something.
like the body, I think works.
That's what I'm
You
saying. I
know,
think the
like
baddie
all
doesn't look
this
bad.
all this looks cool, and then
because
you
it
get
looks
here,
like
you're
the
like,
comic
oh,
book, and
yeah.
then that cow just kills it.
It's so
Bulbous.
his little teeth
Uh,
sticking out, like
Needless to say, you're not a fan.
it's got like a big
You know what
overbite.
this reminds me of? Do you remember in the Kenner line, sometimes they would do, like actually, that's why it makes me think of this. There's, like, a Batman that you like a Bruce Wayne that you could actually put the cowl and the cape on him and make him
Oh, I
look like
love that one.
Batman,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
but it always made him look ridiculous because the cowl over the plastic
It
head
just
was
doesn't
too
work. Yeah,
big and goofy looking,
yeah.
and so it was a cool idea that you could, suit up your Batman, but it just looked ridiculous. I think that's what we're running into here.
It's what we're running into. It does not look good.
Well,
It's
at least
just so massive.
at
But
least now I know what to get you for Christmas, Michael.
if you get me this, I'm definitely never coming over.
What? Eh, I don't think you would have anyway, so
Probably not.
I
Probably
don't
not.
lose. No,
So,
it's interesting, man. It's an interesting look. I don't know if they have time to tweak that head or do something different, but
well,
we'll see.
1/16 that I don't think it needs any tweaking is this Catwoman from InArt. This is the 1/6 scale. This looks insane.
Yeah,
This looks
originally, I was like, "Oh, wow, they're doing the Catwoman to go with the Bale, Dark Knight that they just released, last year."
my God.
But or this year, but it's a 1/6 scale, and so my hope is that they're going to take this one and shrink it down to match the one in the 1/12 scale, and
Yep.
it'll look just as good as this looks because this looks amazing. I mean, I think this one looks way better than even the Hot
I mean,
Toys.
look at that face sculpt, dude. That thing's insane.
Oh,
The body, all of
I I'm sure you were looking at that face, Michael.
it. Very intensely. I wore the same thing for Halloween. It's no, she looks, I mean, outstanding. Like this just the skin tone, everything, the lips, the eyes, the hair, the whole costume. It's insane. It's insane
Yeah,
what
I
they're
mean,
able
the
to do
level of
there.
detail and the way it just makes it look like it's really, you know
This looks like a photograph of
that's what I'm
Anne
saying, like,
Hathaway
it's
as
really like a picture or, the actual character.
Catwoman.
Really, really neat.
Yeah,
Um,
that's it.
so super, super fun. The
I
hair looks
would,
funny, like, all slicked back like that.
yeah. I wish you could slick your hair back like that. It looked
That's
amazing.
that's actually the look you were going for. When you asked your mom to straighten your hair, you just never
I say,
knew
Mom, give me the Anne Hathaway.
Oh, that's funny.
Can someone Photoshop me with this hair? And
Oh my gosh, that would be so great.
I would love that, please.
I'm
So,
gonna do that. I will.
I'm with
So,
you.
like, I think, like I
Give me.
said
I can't wait for the 1/12 scale of this because
that's
they'll
what I'm
do
saying.
it.
I love this figure, but I don't know if I would get it in 1/6 scale just because, I'm so enamored with their 1/12th, Bale Batman. I would
Yeah,
love to have her,
Jesus, man.
to pair up with that one. So my hope is to hold out for a 1/12th. But man, if it's gonna look anywhere as good as this one, which we know InArt can do, it's gonna be a really, really awesome figure.
Yeah. Yeah, bringing sets of hands, multiple sets of hands, the base stand. It's what you get with 1/6 and also 1/12. So again, like you said, just shrink this, do your magic in our Queen Studios, and people are gonna love you forever.
Is Anne
So,
Hathaway your favorite Catwoman interpretation, or do you
and
prefer any other?
I gotta go with Pfeiffer.
Pfeiffer's really cool. I liked Pfeiffer, and for sure she's my favorite as well for like movies. But I always wanted her to be less like I wanted her to be more like comic book and like less of like a psycho like she was in that movie, especially like with all the stitching and everything. It was like
Yeah.
its own iteration, and I love Michelle Pfeiffer. I think she was like amazing in it. But it would have been cool to see her more like the comic book version of Catwoman. That style, I don't.
I think Anne Hathaway is a little bit more like the comic book version.
Yeah, but no, because it was more like the Dark Knight trilogy was its own kind of realistic interpretation of
It
Batman.
was. It
And even
was.
she, like, it was cool the way they did her, but she didn't like she was fantastic and I liked her Catwoman, but it wasn't like the comic book version. And I would like to see someone really kind of do the comic book version of Catwoman
Mm,
like to the T where it's just like, wow, that's really, really cool. That's why my secondary favorite has always been the animated series Catwoman. I thought
okay.
she was really cool. I like that version because it was like it was a little bit like Michelle Pfeiffer, and the reason they gave her blonde hair was because Michelle Pfeiffer had blonde hair in the movie, and but it was more of a cat burglar kind of tame,
Mhm.
criminal than more of like she
She didn't
lost
have
her
this, like,
mind.
episode of
Yeah,
psychosis
exactly.
that
It was a little bit
turned
of
in.
a different take on her, which is really
Right.
cool. So I'd love to see the animated series version, but in like a live action movie. That'd be really fun.
What about the Batman? Did you get I mean, I know that's also its own take on Catwoman too, you know?
Yeah, I mean, Batman's great, and there's been a lot of really good ones. I mean, I think it's just maybe because I'm just kind of biased. I grew up with this one, and it was such a huge deal for me. But Keaton has always been my favorite, just
No,
because.
no, I'm sorry, wait, Catwoman in The Batman, the Robert Pattinson.
Oh, you're talking about Zoe Kravitz. She was
Yeah,
really good, but she never really donned. She was great as Selena Kyle. She actually did feel more like, if you read like year one of uh of um of Batman, she's very much in line with that Catwoman, but she
okay,
never really develops into like the comic book Catwoman, where like with the full-fledged
fair.
costume and everything.
Mhm.
So yeah, she was actually really good too. I liked her, but yeah, I would have loved to see her develop more into like the actual comic book
Yeah.
style.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, we could go down this rabbit hole,
Oh, yeah. Oh,
all
yeah.
day,
It's
but
it's a long conversation.
it is a long one, so we'll just, leave
We'll
it as
save that
is
for our
there.
Batman anniversary special.
Exactly. Anniversary spectacular. But yeah, awesome Batman stuff. As always, we love our Batman. One character that, we consider also dark and mysterious and alluring is Spawn. Spawny. He's our man.
Yes.
And here's a little quick early look at the new figure from McFarlane, the new Spawn figure. Yeah, are you all plumped for this one? I know you love your Spawn, you love your Toddy Mac.
Oh, yeah, I'm nice and plumpy. This thing is so much fun. I mean, this is just like a blast nostalgia piece. It's kinda like what you dreamed as, like, and I think this is what modern collectors want, it's like you had a figure when you were a kid, and you'd
Hmm.
love that same figure, but you would like it with all the new modern feel to it, with all the articulation,
Oh yeah.
with the cloth cape and everything. So, I mean, this really feels like you're rebuying that original Spawn when it came out, but in the modern way. This is kinda how I felt when the Ninja Turtle movie came out, and I really wanted Ninja Turtle movie figures, and they came out with the ones they did, which were really fun at the time, but
Hmm.
they didn't look like the movie, it
Yeah.
was like their own, like, toy version of the movie.
Hmm.
And then NECA released the actual movie figures that looked like you were literally holding those turtles from the movie,
Yeah.
and so that was a really cool feeling, and I think this Spawn kinda captures that thing where you're, like, rebuying that original Spawn figure
Hmm.
from the
For
early days of
me,
Hot
the
Toys.
original Kickstarter didn't do it. It didn't do it for me.
Yeah, it's just because 'cause you're a big whiny
I'm
baby.
not a big whiny baby. I'm not. Sorry, I'm not like a Toddy Mac bootlicker like you.
That figure is fabulous. It's such a good, I
It's
mean,
not.
is it perfect? No, it's not perfect, but it's a fantastic figure. It looks so good.
I
Uh,
think I don't think it's that great of a figure. It's
oh,
not a
you're
fun
crazy.
figure.
It's
It's
an amazing
not.
figure. It's an amazing figure. It's so much fun.
Oh
You
my!
get to
It's not.
you can change
No.
all the heads out, you can put all the effects on
The
it.
head articulation blows. The whole popping, the whole neck cut that's here in the chest, it just doesn't
It
like you can't move the head around.
well, yeah, but it still looks really cool, and you can put
Oh,
all the
see,
different heads.
look at that. Here we go. Look at that.
It's true, it's a great figure. I'm staring at it right now, and that thing is so cool. I mean, like I said, it's not a perfect figure because the articulation that people wanted wasn't good. Oh, it's super super like flexible and posable. Yeah, I get that. That's definitely a detraction. The cape wasn't cloth, but I think you missed the point that this was really kind of an homage to that first one. And I think he did a really good job with
The
it. But I
homage to
think,
the first figure. Yeah.
but I do think this is probably what you were expecting.
Yeah.
So when you get this figure, I think you'll probably enjoy this figure like you would have wanted to enjoy the Kickstarter
I
one.
think so.
Because
I
this
think.
one will have all the articulation, the posability, the cloth cape. You know, it's a really, really cool version. So, like I said, hey, for those who did not like that Kickstarter spawn,
Mhm.
patience has paid off because now you're going to get another shot at a really nice articulated spawn. So,
Yeah. Well, who? Okay, so Tardy Max coming out of the Spawn. The creator of Spawn. He's going to be making Spawn figures till the end of the days, the end of time. If we kind of go to hypotheticals, right? If like, you could make any toy, anything you always wanted, which company would you want to make a Spawn, and what is that Spawn?
oh man, that's a really cool one. Um, Man, there's so many cool ones. I would like to say I would like Reveltech to give me a Spawn figure. I think
Mm.
Reveltech would make a really, really cool Spawn figure. Big billowy cape, super articulated. It feels like the way that Spawn was drawn in the 90s
Mhm.
and just that dynamic posing and everything. McFarlane had a lot of inspiration from like Spider-Man and stuff like that when he was like kind of posing this character.
Yeah.
And I think Yamaguchi does such a good job of capturing that kind of dynamic, posability. So,
Mhm.
man, imagine something on that. But man, that would be an awesome custom right now. I'm thinking which figure I could buy to custom make one. I think I'm
Yeah.
gonna. Oh man, my brain is like really on fire
I
right
see
now.
you going, "Oh."
Oh, I think I'm gonna have something really cool to show not too long. Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
but yes, that would be my dream company to make a Spawn figure.
What okay, for me, if you watched our interview with Peter and Hector and Alex from Mondo, they said, "Hey, man, we would love to make a 1/6 scale Spawn from the animated series."
That would be awesome.
I would give me a 1/6, give me a 1/12 from Mondo. I'll buy both of those things
Man,
instantly.
and what I love it that they decided to go with the HBO animated, version of it instead of like a comic book version because that's where I think Mondo has done so well when they've done
Yep.
like the X-Men, they've done the Spider-Man one. It's like they're really good at capturing those
The
cell
Toon aesthetic,
shaded.
yeah.
Yeah, and to do like a dark, cell shaded Spawn would be so freaking awesome. And
Mhm.
they're gonna kill it with like some crazy, wired cape that would just like
Oh,
really
yeah.
lend itself to making it look like the animation.
Oh,
Wow.
dude.
I mean,
Dude.
man, if the Todd father's listening, he's got to make that one happen. Stop being
It
so
Stop being so stingy,
selfish
Toddy.
with his licensing. Let
I
let
know,
another company have
man.
a.
People
He's done it
love.
before, like I said. He let Medicon make a couple things, so
Yeah.
let Mondo
Yeah.
have a crack at it,
Dude, Mondo.
because it is the HBO one. It'd be like it's like a home run, win-win
Yeah.
for everybody.
I think so, man. I think so. I think don't be afraid to let people, dip in the pool and
Yeah,
take a
yeah,
lap with Spawn. So that would
exactly.
be cool. That's on my wish list for sure. Awesome stuff. Look, if you have stuff on your wish list, you got the holiday coming up, you got Christmas. Give that wish list to the Santa Claus of Selma, Ed, and let him pick out some toys for you at Hidden Temple Toys. I like to pride myself
Ho ho ho!
on.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
What are you recommending this year? What do you got at the store that you think people should be, stuffing into stockings this year for
Oh
Christmas?
man, there's such a one of the big things that we're pushing at the store right now, just because we're so excited to carry more of these things, are independent toy lines. If you got a toy collector in your family and you really want to kind of blow them away, there's so many
Oh,
great independent toy lines out right now that you can pick up at Hidden Temple. Like we always talk about Mythic Legions. We're a big fan of Four Horsemen, Figure Obscura. All those figures are such
yeah.
great figures. We have cool things like, the Plunderlings. We got, Zujitsu. We've gotten just a bunch of really cool independent
Ooh.
people. We're working on getting a bunch more. That's kind of been like one of my big things this year,
Mhm.
trying to find more independent companies to source figures from. And
Yeah.
so, it's taken a bit, because especially with independent toy lines, it takes a while for them to get their next wave or product out. So
Mhm.
we're we're still waiting on a lot of this to come to fruition, but it's coming. And I think that's definitely something we've already kind of started there, showcasing at Hidden Temple. So yeah, man, if you like
Yeah.
those kind of really neat kind of niche collectibles, really. And like what I like about it is that a lot of these independents do such a good job with their toys and the quality that they put into it, because it's for a lot of them it's like a passion thing, and so it
Yeah.
looks really good. Mike and the Wall DX stuff is it's just such a
Hey.
cool thing, especially for like building out your diorama and your scenes in your house. He's done such amazing work on that, and now we can celebrate. He got his Kickstarter for his uh, what do you call it, Mikey? The
The Mythic XD. This is the
Mythic
evolution.
XP.
This is like, Wall. XD, but the
Yeah, so
mythic style.
going from
You.
urban to medieval.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're getting this
You get
amazing.
medieval on your ass.
Exactly, which is such a great idea. I know we've talked to him a little bit about this because we're like, hey, were you ever thinking of going in this direction? He kind of hinted at it that he was definitely working on it. And just like the possibilities of making your own little keep, fortress, or whatever with these kind of modular system that he's created, it's so
Mm-hmm.
exciting, man. So I am super excited. I cannot wait to get my hands on some of these and continue building out.
I mean, look at what you can build. You can build a whole tower. You
Yeah.
can build a fortress. You can build a whole ass castle if you wanted, man. And it was the great thing about that too was he was out there at Legion's Con, and you could just see the sheer size of what you could do with Wall XD. It makes so much sense for Mythic Legions too,
Oh yeah.
and so it was really good marketing on his part, and really great to see it get fully backed. And that's the only one out there. You talk about independent toy makers and toy creators and companies out there.
Uh-huh.
Good friend of the show, Parallel Universe. He's got his Kickstarter that's live right now. We got about 11 days to go. He's at the halfway mark. We want to get him to the full way, not just halfway, full way. So go support, go check that out. Back that project,
Yeah.
back that thing up. The
He's
Cowboy
got
Soldier.
he's got such a cool idea here. He's taken something really cool like ODS, this like Sasquatch skunk ape, and it's just kind of like giving it this like through the what would you call it, Mikey? Through the time
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
dimensions.
Yeah, through different dimensions, through time dimensions.
Yeah, it's such a fun idea, and you get all these really cool iterations. So it kind of will fit with so many different you know collections of people who like different things, and you can
Yeah,
have so much fun with it. So yeah, this is definitely something we want to be carrying at Hidden Temple. This is exactly the stuff we kind of look for, and so yeah, if you are unfamiliar with it, check out his stuff. On Unparalleled Universe, check out his awesome creation Odious because there's so many neat things that people have been doing with his character and with Wade doing, so many great ideas, and he's got some really cool add-ons and things you can do, like the skull ape face that he had
hmm
showing off at Legion's Con. So
yeah,
you can get that too when you
yeah. When you back this, you can
back
add it.
it. And so yeah, man, definitely check this stuff out because it's really really fun stuff. And these are the kind of toy companies that we want to support because they're making some really
Sure.
innovative and amazing things, and we want to kind of nurture that to continue,
Nurture
to
like a
grow
newborn.
like a
You know,
newborn baby, Mike.
give it your milk. Give it your toy teat milk.
You nurse your Ovaltine bottle before you go to
I, another thing that stunted my growth was just drinking so much Ovaltine.
bed. Oh my gosh,
Way
that's so
too
much
much
fun.
Ovaltine for too many years. I think I was drinking that till I was like 25.
You
So
love it. I remember her. You're like, I need my Ovaltine before I go to sleep.
like 30 years old in your guest room.
I know. I think Jen used to bring you some Ovaltine at night, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. She did.
Oh, that's a
The only way I
sweet
can
mother
go to
right there.
bed.
She wouldn't let you
I
go to bed without your Ovaltine,
Ovaltine.
Michael.
I got Ovaltine.
I can't sleep without it.
Well,
Like
what
a
I can't
drug.
sleep without, jog it. What I can't sleep without are toys. Going down at the door. You know what that means? It's
UPS.
oh yeah,
Love that new figure smell.
oh yeah. I love me a brand new toy.
You've got mail.
What do we got this week? You want me to go first?
Let me go first because I don't really have anything super exciting and toy related, but I do have some
Sure,
fun things
sure.
that did actually show up this afternoon. And
Hey, what do we got?
we talked about it last week, and I was so excited to finally get mine because you got to pick yours up in person, but I
Mhm.
had to wait for shipping.
Hey,
You guys remember our episode with the Keith Kith
the whole Keith and
Capcom
Caboodle.
Lab,
Yep,
my sweet but how would
aloof.
you say aloof wife. She didn't give me the toys, but she did give me this really cool
Oh yeah, dude.
Street Fighter. Look at that bad boy. I mean, I can't wear this
Nice.
to work. I'm gonna go watch it right after the show.
It looks
Like,
good. It's like
that,
you look so hip.
oh man, I'm gonna look so
They're
dastardly.
gonna start calling you Unk.
I feel like
I call you.
you'll hear the Saturday, was it the Saturday Night Live Bee Gees? You know, like when what's his name? Your boy John Travolta's walking down in the white suit.
Oh
And
yeah,
I
yeah,
can
yeah, yeah.
tell by the way you
Yeah.
look. But
It's really,
this was
really
the big one.
topical.
We talked
Yeah.
about this one when we first saw the Kith collab, and we're looking at what other stuff they had besides the toys. This was the shirt that blew me away because this was my favorite part of loading Super Street Fighter on my Sega Genesis with my boy Ryu.
Yes, yes.
Shadow,
Oh
ready to light
man,
your ass up. Oh
I
man, I
love
used to
that
spank
one.
you so good, Michael. Remember that Ryu? You couldn't
Yeah, it's
even
a
believe
long time ago, and things have changed since then, old man. So
it. It's true. It's true. I'm old and feeble.
you got all that
I'm
carpal
like,
tunnel.
don't hurt me, Michael.
I'm too weak.
I'm too weak.
That shirt's
But
awesome.
yeah, they're really cool shirts.
The
Really
moment I
awesome
saw that
stuff.
shirt, I was like, you have to get it. So,
You knew that would have my name all over it.
oh yeah, absolutely. But super cool, super cool.
Super
Yeah, I
cool.
also got this this mouse pad because you know I had to get something.
You gotta get it. It's nice though. It's like you when you're clicking your mouse, you're clicking your
Yeah, I'm
character
clicking the
roster.
character. I'm clicking my roster. I love it. So got that. I got the Mega Man shirt, which did really well amongst the crowd when I was out and about. They're like, "Hey, what's that?" I'm like,
Everybody was feeling you up, right,
"Man."
Michael?
Oh man, like eating up a Kobayashi.
How
So
many how many how many nipple pinches did you get?
it's a good amount. It's a good amount.
These are nice. I mean, they are. I mean, they're t-shirts, but the quality is really nice. You can feel like they're heavy, they're thick, they're nice.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
This isn't your Walmart brand T-shirt. You know,
yeah. Hopefully, they'll have good longevity.
yeah.
After two washes,
Just tear it apart.
it just says teat eater.
Keith Eider. Oh man, he spent all that money, but hey, it was worth it. I think.
I think
Uh,
so.
Speaking of worth it, I am so excited. I did a little reel on Instagram. You can check that out.
Oh,
But man, shout out to June. He's going to be a guest on our show soon.
oh,
Uh, we'll just put a little tease out there. But yeah, he'll be joining us, and we'll be excited to talk to him live with all of you. But so excited to look at these and to play with these. This is such an anticipated wave for me. This is the Mega Man Wave 3. Showed a little preview
Mega
earlier.
Man.
You know me, I love my Mega Man.
Oh, it's so exciting! I can't wait. We have these coming in. I think they're showing up this week, actually, as well.
Ooh, so you can get yours to Hidden Temple just in time
Oh
for
yeah,
Navidad.
Navidad.
Look at that. I
Yeah.
love the smiling head sculpt. I think that looks so good. They
Is
nailed
that
that
is the
expression.
helmet and hair exchangeable? Or is it the heads that you have
It's
to?
just a full head. Yeah, I don't. The
Okay.
hair, I'm
I
pretty
thought it'd
sure.
be cool because companies have been doing that where they make it where you can interchange faces and you can like pop off the hair and put on the helmet and then put the hair on the smiley
That's a
face.
good idea, but no, that head on that helmet is secure. But that
Oh,
would be cool. I mean, I'm sure would yeah, but it kind of goes to that problem with the Keaton, where if it's not designed perfectly, like the head could be a little bit too small. It might not work, but hey,
yeah, yeah.
let
I
me
mean,
try it
it's
out.
cool.
I
You see
I
a lot
trust
of
you
import
to
figures
figure
do
that out.
similar things like that, where like the face plate pops off or something,
Yeah,
and you put it. But
yeah, yeah.
hey,
But
man,
this
leave
looks
something
awesome
for next time.
for next time. And look, we've been getting a lot of cool standard figures, but now it's time to get big. And we're gonna go big. Let's go real big. Let's go
You love getting
Woodman
big.
big. I love getting a thick wood. I mean Woodman. Um, dude, is
Man, that is a knobby piece of wood you got there, Michael.
that a thick Woodman in your pants, or you just happen to see? No, he's fantastic. I mean, again, we talk about things that pop and
Yeah,
a little bit of a
yeah.
light there, but yeah, man, it just looks so dang good. All these awesome accessories over here. You got the alternate angry head, the hand, the effect, beefy boy Woodman right there, and he's not alone. He's going with
There's
who I
more.
think has the best music in all of Mega Man 2. Mega Man 2 has an amazing soundtrack, but I like the best Robot Master music, Bubble Man.
Bubble Man.
Bubble Man. Striking fear in your heart. Bubble Man.
Beware, Bubble Man.
They have such cute names, but
They're so adorable.
yeah, that's the idea. Like they're adorable robot creatures, but they're still so awesome.
I know.
They're so badass. Again, colors
I feel
popping.
like this would be a really good Halloween costume for you, Michael.
Look great. I would love this. I do have the body type. So
And then you can drink some milk and you can be a true Bubble Man.
drink my eggnog. I'd be nog
Lactose
man.
intolerance.
I'd be lactose man. So, yeah, these are so
It's
cool.
from years of eating so much cheese.
Exactly. Again, don't be like me. Punish your children. No, so shout out to June for those and Jada for sending those along. I can't wait to do some photos and videos on those. I got a big backlog of fun stuff to get to, so I'm excited to kind of get down to that this week. It'll be a lot of fun toy time.
Pretty awesome.
There we go. And again, look, you just said if you want to get your Mega Man swag on, get those figures, check out Hidden Temple Toys because they carry them.
We do. We're gonna have some really great stuff. So keep an eye on our website or come visit us. We're right off the 95 downtown Selma, North Carolina.
Oh yeah. Well, my friend, that about does it for us. Again, fun time hanging out with you, talking our toys, doing our mischief here on Figures Not Included. I want to wish you and everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Everyone out there watching, happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your turkey, enjoy your stuffing. Please take care of yourselves. Don't go too crazy on the nog like I do every year.
Oh yeah,
I do love my nog.
I'm just excited to get down with a pumpkin pie.
Oh, it's pumpkin pie time, right? Tis the season.
Tis the season for pumpkin pie, Michael.
I think next week we just do ASMR of you eating pumpkin pie.
It's just just a slow episode of me just slowly devouring an entire pumpkin.
I feel like there should be a paid subscription. So
that'll be on our Only Eats.
only plans. Yeah. Well, Ned, thank you. Have a great Thanksgiving. Everyone out there, have a great Thanksgiving. And
yes,
we're so thankful for everyone that watches and subscribes and comments.
And I'm thankful for you, Michael.
I'm thankful for you too, my friend. Thank you so much for being thankful. Unfortunately,
what I'm really thankful? I'm really thankful that I don't have to give my toys away.
But why not?
They're not included.
Oh man. What about the pie? Is that included?
No. Pie's not included either. Sorry, Michael.
Stuffing?
When you're done serving the homeless people, you can just put on your KISS shirt and walk around and have someone serve you.
Okay. All right. I guess that's what I'll have to do. All right. I'll see you all at the soup kitchen. Have a great Thanksgiving, everyone.